Right, here we go. Uh, Here we are, Hop Farm. It's sunny. There's pop music blaring in the background, and well, nothing's really happened yet. We arrived. It seems quite nice. Um, Filled in a couple of forms about how happy I am and other such things. I haven't met my tent mate yet, but that bodes well. He's tidy, or at least someone who helped him set up his tent is tidy. I'm hoping it's him, because otherwise, we're gonna come to blows. The boys are separated from the girls by, if I'm honest, fairly rickety-looking fence. I'm not convinced that will, be able to manage the full force of teenage lust, but hey, we'll see how we go. I'm not talking to myself, which is excellent. It means I have an excuse to do it. And we'll see what happens. Right, so it's 25 to 12 at the end of our first day. Much colder than anyone would really expect, it being August, and I can't feeling my toes. That didn't make sense. Never mind. I've met my tent mate, who's Jake. Say hello, Jake.
Hello.
That was Jake, everybody. So yeah, this evening was interesting. We've got our feel for the kind of style of the presentation. It's a little bit cultish. There's lots of chanting and repeating back. But otherwise, it seems fairly harmless. The punching of boards was an interesting idea and metaphor for the troubles of life. And I've got a nasty feeling I'm from a much more stable background than this is aimed at. But hey, never mind. It's fun. Right. What time is it? 5 to 11, Tuesday night. It's very cold. It's the temperature is punishing me for my shorts. It's late. It's quite noisy. We've just finished doing stuff. Full day of activities. The usual teamwork using marbles, mitts, and guttering, and what else? The classic falling into other people's arms thing, except this one was from kind of head height, so that was more interesting. The team have become more kind of focused and comfortable around each other. I think that's a main thing. And I'm knackered, so I'm going to bed. Right, 11:30, Wednesday night. We're pretty much midway, and thank God, because the energy is finally starting to set in. I'm not really the kind of person who goes in for, teams. I like sitting on my own with a book. But after 2 days of kind of moping, which I'm very good at moping, but after 2 days of that, the kinesthetic energy or something, I don't know, jargon, has found me, and it's quite nice, if I'm honest. We just spent a couple of hours or so presenting to each other in groups. Presentation, that's kind of what you present anyway. But presentations were made by each group, and that was quite loud. Sounded a bit like this. So now I'm off to bed because I'm knackered. But yeah, we're halfway and everything seems to be looking up. My team haven't got, well, they've got a little bit better. I've probably got a little bit better. They're still wonderfully dysfunctional, but hey, I like a challenge. So we've got a day and a half left. I'm going to try and get them to work together on something or another. Now, I'm not sure quite how I should approach this. I just did, but the camera wasn't But we have a lot of waiting time. I mean a lot, I mean hours on end, not doing very much. Which, in a way, is a blessing, because it means I can start packing a day in advance. But at the same time, it is a little boring. And you get the idea that we could have done just as much and had a 3-day festival instead of a 5-day one. Simply by virtue of the fact that most of the time when doing our own thing, and doing my own thing usually for me requires a library rather than a tent. But hey, there we go. I mean, there don't seem to be any deadlines. The timetable we've got has gone somewhere. There we go. The timetable we've got has no times on it at all. If you can see that, wonderful. If not, that's your problem. No times at all, which, you know, for me, who likes to know where he is when, or where he should be when, which is more often the case, not having any defined timetable is a little horrible. I mean, you can tell that school has had a lasting effect on me. I like to be punctual, and I sometimes feel like I'm the only person here who likes to be punctual. But hey, there we go. We've got a day and a half left-ish. No, less than. Pretty much a day left. This today, Thursday, is our last full day. Tomorrow we leave at 4-ish, or possibly 2-ish, I can't remember. One of the two. Take an average and say 3. That's about it, if I'm honest, for the moment. I'll keep you posted if anything happens. Probably will. Of the week. So, can we quickly just all say hi? There we go. It's just gone 8 on the 8th, actually. It's just gone 8 on the 8th of the 8th. No? Just gone 8 on the 8th of the 8th. I'll do what to say. Anyway, so yesterday was nice and sunny, and just on the day when we're leaving and all our damp camp stuff is packed away, we have this kind of thing. It's very, very damp. Last night was interesting. Lots of music, lots of shouting. I was dancing for the first time in a week. That was very fun. And yet, the change seems to be complete. I now have energy, which is lovely. Possibly not for people around me, but it's lovely. I keep singing Billy Joel songs. Anyway, and we're finished. It's 11:20-ish on Friday, and it's all done. It's been an emotional week. It's been a very noisy week. It's not the kind of thing I normally do, but it's been fun. It's been new. Met some new people who look like this, and if I'm honest, they're kind of horrifically behaved, but it's not too bad, I suppose. And right up to follow, because I don't talk as well as I write.